Facebook, YouTube. Hi, everybody. How y'all doing? You are with Let's Talk with Carolyn on Sador Radio. So let's take care of some house rules first. Oh, let me move this. Take care of some house rules first. So if you have not already shared, share the YouTube live stream. You want to go to YouTube, www.youtube.com, and you want to click on Sador Radio. I will let you know. Call-in number is 215-909-6070. I will let you know what time to call in. Don't call in yet. Not yet. We're just now getting started. So tonight's topic is going to be on social class, social status, where you fit in at. So what I suggest y'all do is get an ink pen and paper, and we will be back after we listen to Queen Latifah. YouTube is live. No, it's right here. Remember last week it was back there?
Yeah.
That's why it's in front of me now.
Oh, you got it on the computer?
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay. Let's roll.
Let me see who's here. Joe's here. Hey, Marlo, that's my sister. Hi, Ed, that's my colleague. Hey, Fillmore, Mr. Badass. And who else? Hi, Norman. Thanks for coming in. Hey, Kevin. Thanks for coming in. Hey, Kelvin. Thanks for coming in. Don't make me wait. Coming to my house. It's going to be a good show, y'all. It's going to be a good show.
Yeah, sure. Sit back and relax and enjoy that show.
It's going to be a good show. Social status, social class, where people feel as though they fit in at. It's going to be good. Really.
Where they feeling at? Or where they accept it?
No, it's based on some things, Mr. C. It's based on some categories.
Okay. People are deceptive.
Huh?
People are deceptive about where you fit in at, or where you think you're comfortable at.
Well, we're about to find out. You know what? This is gonna be good.
Okay.
You said people are deceptive about where they fit in at.
Oh, well, how did you say it? Where they comfortable at?
No, not where they're comfortable at. Where they fit in at.
And sometimes, and basically, that's where you accept it at.
Not all the time.
Really?
No.
You don't always fit in everywhere.
No, people don't always fit in everywhere, but based on certain categories and certain criteria, people can lie to other people, but they can't lie to themselves. They can be deceptive about what social class they fit in at.
Exactly.
And pretend. Matter of fact, that happened yesterday. No. I ain't talking about that. Don't crack up yet. Right. I'm not talking about that. No, I ain't talking about that.
Don't crack up yet. Okay.
No, don't crack up yet.
Okay.
This happened while I was at work. A colleague said she started doing Mary Kay. She started doing Mary Kay, and she says, I took one of the ladies who had a pink Escalade and a red jacket. She sat in the car. She showed me what she did. She sat in the pink Escalade, put on the red jacket, and then she gave like a little commercial. Now, if I didn't know her, you would think she drives a pink Escalade for Mary Kay, and she's a red jacket holder. Red jacket is like a prestigious up the ladder thing. So if I didn't know her, and people who don't know her would think, oh, she drives a pink Escalade. Deceiving, because she's not in that class. She's nowhere near that social status, that social class. But based on, like they said, picture hold 1,000 words, you would think she's here, but she's really like right about here, right about there. Hey everybody, welcome back. You are listening to Let's Talk with Carolyn and Mr. C.
Howdy.
Howdy. How you doing tonight?
I'm just doing fine. How about you?
I'm doing fine.
Okay, thank you.
Tonight's topic, ladies and gents, is on social status, social class, 4 of the 7 deadly sins.
Oh, Lord. Y'all get ready.
MYOB.
Mind your own damn business.
I ain't put the D in there.
Well, I did.
Okay, fine. All right. And also, leveling up and paradigm shift after you learn what class you fit in at. Why are you looking at me like that, Mr. C? What's the matter? Hey, Isaiah. Hey, Yamik. Thank you for tuning in. I'm doing good. Thank you for tuning in, Ariel. Thank you for tuning in, Isaiah. All right, listen up, everybody. If you have not already did so, please share by going to download the app. If you're listening by radio, internet radio, you want to download the app Live and Direct Marketplace. Once you do that, click on Sadora Radio so you can tune in with us by radio. If you're watching YouTube, go to YouTube and search for Sadora Radio. If you're here with me, you're good. You're good. So social, why are you looking at me like that?
I'm just waiting.
We're not gonna have a repeat of yesterday.
Oh, yes, we are.
Oh no, the hell
yes,
we are
yes,
not.
We are. Oh,
No,
yes,
we're not.
Yes, we are. In a different manner, but yes, we are.
Okay. You're funny,
Good.
but I'm not going to entertain you.
Oh, really?
I'm not. All right. If you have not already did so, get a ink pen and paper. I want y'all to participate in this exercise because later on tonight, as we get closer to my closing time, I'm going to be asking y'all to call in. So the call-in number is 215-909-6070. Call-in number 215-909-6070. Do not call in yet. I will let you know when to call in. So.
And keep it 100 because it's going to come at you.
I can't. Don't, not the knife. I got a lot to cover.
Yeah, so let's get started.
All right, so I'm going to start off with this so y'all have an idea of where you may fit in it. You have a social class and a social standing, social status. Your social status is based. No, it ain't about bougie.
Okay,
it's about what standing you see yourself in, your self-esteem. This is just part of it. Your self-esteem and respect. Social class is based on social economic variables. What? You raised up on me.
I sure did, but go ahead.
These variables are, stop that. These variables are, write this down. Mainly number 1, money, dinero, mucho. Income is the main variable. Wealth, number 2. You still good?
I'm listening.
Okay. Number 3 is occupation, and number 4 is education. So based on these variables, you have income, mainly how much money is being earned or inherited. Wealth, education, occupation. Those 4 things. So keep that in mind. And this is going to play a part. The number 1 question I want to ask everybody here, if you're watching this on YouTube and you catch it on a replay, I want you on your pen and paper, I want you to write down where you see yourself at once I give you these social classes according to the United States of America.
Mm.
Hey, yeah. What you saying for? What did I say wrong?
Look at the United States of America today.
Why you gotta go there?
Okay. Social classes.
We're gonna deal with social class and social status first. Those
Okay.
two is grouped together. They're grouped together. Okay?
Mhm.
We're gonna get to part 3, 4, and 5 after.
Okay, let's
Okay.
get started with one.
All right, so there is 6 social classes. With your pen and paper, when you hear these 6, I want you to write down where you think you fit in at. That includes you too. You want this paper?
Mhm.
Or you already know where you fit in.
Mhm.
Okay. The number 1 slot is upper class. Upper class. Those are the ones you can call bougie, Mr. C, since
Go ahead.
you almost made me say something.
No, you're going to get this.
Number 2 is called new money. Number 1 is upper class. Number 2 is new money, and I'll explain new money in a minute. Number 3 is the middle class. Number 4 is the working class. And number 5 is the working poor. And number 6 is poverty level. Those are the 6 classes of social economic variables and categories mostly based on demographics, along with all the other categories that I mentioned. You got something you want to say?
Not yet.
Am I good yet?
No.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Are you not talking right
Not
now?
yet.
Okay. All right.
But when I start talking, you know.
All right. Now, the ones I just gave you, 1 through number 6, they are based on wealth, power, culture, behavior, heritage, and prestige. You still thinking about that B word, Mr. C?
Mm-hmm.
I'm moving on. Go ahead and say the B word.
Bougie.
All right, let's talk about these classes. The first one is the upper class. That's 1% of the population. If you fit into the upper class, write it down. Upper class. You're in that 1% of the population. These are people that inherited money. That money is called old money. Take, for instance, the Kennedy, Joe Kennedy. He had a wealth of money that he passed down from generation to generation. Rockefeller, old money. You good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. These 1% of the population have a recognizable, famous name. You know anybody like that?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
That's in the 1%?
Yes, in the 1%.
You know 1%ers?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
Mm-hmm. Whoopi.
No. She's not a 1%er.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Not yet. She's getting there, but she's not there yet. She's not in that category yet.
Okay.
Okay. They also have prestigious educational institutions, these 1%ers.
Whoopi has one.
Whoopi has what?
Education center.
She's not in the one, according to the United States, she's not in the 1%.
According to the United States.
You know what? Don't go there with me.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
All right.
But
The
according
upper
to
class,
the United
wait,
States,
the upper class,
what they got
we're talking about class, social status.
Really?
That's what the topic is right
Class
now.
and social status.
Yes.
Okay. That's deceiving.
You know what? Why everything gotta be deceiving with you?
Because
Moving on. Let me get through this and then I'll deal with you. Because they got ink, pen, and paper. Hopefully they do. So the new money category is people like you mentioned. Whoopi Goldberg. Wait a minute, y'all. Something's going on. No,
Wow.
he's on. Okay. The new money class is people that are 15% of the population.
Mm.
These are your Oprah Winfrey's, your Michael Jordans, your athletes, your entertainers, your celebrities, and some business people like the Comcast brothers. I know one of them name is Robert. They fit into the new money category. The new money people leave money from generation one to generation two. 2 generations. Deuces. Well, let me stop playing. Let me like that.
I'm waiting to go off somewhere.
No, these individuals is referred to as the newly rich
Okay.
because new money. They earn their money and they don't have the everyday daily concerns about money like the working class, the working poor, and the poverty line poor. Got anything to say about the new money, 15% of the population?
They bougie too.
Why they gotta be bougie?
Because they are.
You think Michael Jordan is bougie?
Mm-hmm.
Oprah Winfrey bougie?
Oh, definitely.
You think a lot of entertainers, athletes, well-known business people is bougie?
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with Ellen DeGeneres?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think she bougie?
She get it.
I can't with you. I said, do you think she bougie? To me, she down to earth.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Mm-hmm. Because she does not fit into that part of their society.
You ever watched her story?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway, number 3, middle class.
Mm.
If you fit into this category, write it down that you fit into this category. Middle class is 34% of the population. Middle class, these people have professional jobs. Some college education was attended, and they are considered, why, I don't know, white collar class. But these are the individuals that are managers, physicians, lawyers, CPAs, professionals, and this where I might have to disagree. Teachers is in this middle class, and I'm gonna say I
No.
sort of disagree.
No,
No,
they're not.
they're not what?
They're not in the middle class.
That depends. No, really, that depends. Teachers can be in the middle class, depending on their level of degree. A teacher basically can control her income by the degree that she holds. She holds a degree at a certain, like an upper degree, like where I'm at.
Mm. So you middle class.
I'm gonna say this. Based on the teacher's credentials, she can be in that class. But for teachers that are just starting out to be a teacher, they have to work their way there. So there is a little bit of an uneven balance there. She is a teacher or he is a teacher, but they may be a new teacher entering the system. So you, based on your credentials, this is how much money you make. This is how much money you make. This is how much money you make based on your credentials and how many years you've been teaching. So a teacher can be in this class right here. He or she can be. You got anything to say?
Not yet.
All right, move right along. Working class, 30% of the population. I want you to think about this one. Okay?
I'm listening.
All right. Working class is 30% of the population. They have attended college, but more of these more of these individuals have went to some type of vocational or technical school. This is the working class. They consider blue collar workers, they do wear uniforms, and the standards of living are similar but not exactly the same as the middle class. These individuals are police officers, truck drivers, carpenters, electricians, plumbers, factory workers. What is that supposed to mean? Why are you showing me that?
City workers.
You fit into the working class.
Yeah. City workers too.
Okay, but you fit into the 30,
Yeah, but
30%
you was naming
population.
all the rest of that except you didn't say city workers. You cops.
All right, you work for the city, yes?
Yes.
What's your occupation?
I work for the city.
Okay, you work for the city,
Mhm.
but what is your specialty?
Carpentry.
Okay,
Well, I'm a building maintenance mechanic.
okay, but you said what first?
Carpentry.
You fit into the working class, Mr.
I
C.
know.
So why
Because you was naming everything but, city workers.
I got now 20% is the working poor.
Mm.
20% of the population is the working poor, and these individuals can fall to the poverty level. Poverty level is making $7,000 a year. That's poverty level. Poverty level is making $7,000 a year. If you make over $7,000 a year, you're not in the poverty level at all.
7,000?
$7,000 a year.
That's not even enough to survive for a month. Only one for a half a year.
No, but that's poverty level. And you have people out here who make $7,000 a year.
Mm.
That's poverty level.
And they working?
Yeah. Some of them make less than minimum wage. And you know some of the occupations that make less than minimum wage.
Yeah.
You know who they are, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to get this right, y'all. All right. Now, the working class poor population, for people that are here or were here, they've raised themselves up because they did not want to be there for whatever reason. And so here, all right, here we go, people. They have low educational level. Got anything to say?
No.
Okay. As I said, they have minimum wage jobs or less than minimum wage jobs. Didn't we ask nobody not to call in yet?
They didn't hear you.
They didn't hear me.
Call from 704-718-5172.
Okay. Next is these individuals work 2 or 3 jobs to make ends meet. But remember, ends never meet. That's why they end. But they in that rat race cycle. I gotta work an 8-hour job over here, another 8-hour job, a part-time job, but I'm working 7 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, these are these individuals. They're in positions where there is no job security, and they are the last to be hired and the first to be fired.
Yeah.
And the reason why is, why you say yeah?
Because it's true.
But why? Why do you say Why do you say yeah? Tell me why you say yeah.
Call from 704-718-5172.
Why they calling? And I said, I will tell you what time to call in. Listen up, everybody. Don't call yet. I'll let you know what time to call in. I will let you know what time to call in. I got this information to get out, and I'm not taking any phone calls right now. There will be a time when I'm gonna take these phone calls. I know y'all got something to say, and you probably have some questions, or you have some comments, I'll welcome all that. But just give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Hello? Hello? Did you hear that? Here you go again.
They don't get it. All right. So
Who is
when
what?
the country is in a uprising, they want the economy to do good. They hire these individuals for less than minimum wages or minimum wages. However, when the company is at its weakest and they need to downgrade and downsize, these individuals are the first to be let go.
Yeah.
And
Last
working
come first
for.
to go. Yeah.
Right. These individuals are the first to be let go. Now, having said, you got something you want to say before? You good?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Now, having said that, I want y'all, radio, YouTube, Facebook, hopefully y'all have wrote down what category you fit in. And then I'm gonna give you some information. You have in your head what category you fit in?
Mhm.
Where you place yourself?
Mhm.
Where do you place yourself? Where do you place yourself? Out of the
Working class.
categories that I gave.
Working class.
Okay, you're in the working class. Okay. Now, this is where people place themselves. 3% said that they was in the 1% population, the upper class. People tend to place themselves based on money. If I make this amount of money, I'm in this class. If I'm socializing with these, let me just, voicemail. If
Call
I'm,
from 215-9096070.
Somebody's calling from here.
yeah, who? Ain't nobody calling from here. Anyway,
It's the voicemail.
I know, but why is the
Cut that phone off.
Okay. If they hang around or socialize with a prestigious group of people, they put themselves in that category.
Did you cut it off?
Yeah, I did.
Call from 215-9096070.
15% put themselves in the upper middle class. 43% put themselves in the middle class. 30% put themselves in the working class, and 8% put themselves in the lower class. Why don't you just answer it? Go ahead and answer it. Hold on, everybody. Go ahead and answer it.
Good afternoon. How can I help
So
you?
do a radio.
Hello, it's Adore Radio. Your mama.
You know what?
You should have heard this.
We're on the radio. Don't do that. Don't do that. We're live on the radio.
This guy,
All you had to
whoever-
do was hang up.
This guy that was on that phone that was just there,
Yeah.
talking about social class. This guy that was on the phone cussing me out about what? He was waiting so long. He's tired. That's the same guy kept calling and calling and calling. He is going off. And then he said, F you.
You know what? But you still have to make.
I don't know, but I know
No.
it just got to me, and I'm sorry. Excuse me, y'all forgive me, but
Don't do that. You live on the
I
air.
apologize, but yeah, but see, I didn't want to answer.
Don't do
That's
that.
I know. I apologize. Okay, I apologize. It just
You still have. People is not going to agree with everything we say. I may talk about something people don't like. But wait, and that's good. That's fine. But because we are the professionals, we have to maintain professionability all the time. I know you want to go off, but there's certain things you can say and certain things you don't say unless you are off the air.
That's slipped. It just came out as slipped, and I apologize. Okay.
Okay. All right.
It just slipped. If you'd have heard that. Ooh.
Oh yeah, you didn't even have to listen to it. You could have just hung up. Click.
First, he started off with good evening. I'm like, okay.
Once he went there, you could have just hung up. And I know he's listening.
Continue.
All right. So now we have, I'm going to tell you about the 10 percenters. The 10 percenters have the true. Thank you. The 10 percenters have social capital. They also have a whole lot of money. The 10 percenters can shift the government to fit their economic ends. Those are the 10 percenters. And I'm going to give you some examples of 10 percenters. Upper income tax cuts. Who did that benefit? Just this year.
The rich.
Okay. Vanishing state tax. Who did that benefit? So do a radio. This is Carolyn. I'm out. You know who that is?
Who?
That is a car salesman.
Doing what? Talking like that?
Yeah. He's talking about cars. He's talking about Honda salesman. Get off my shoulder, baby. Next is deductions for retirement and mortgage payments. 10 percenters can shift the economy anywhere they want it to go. And when they do that, it affects everybody in the middle class,
underneath them,
everybody in the poverty line. What is it that you want to say?
No.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
So you good? Why are we gonna go through this all night long? Because I'm not gonna go through this all night long. It's too long. So, based on where, speak to Mr. Dalton.
Say what?
Somebody said, speak to Mr. Dalton. I don't want to talk to Mr. Dalton, Shakia. Now, hi, Ava. Thanks for tuning in. Hi, Camille. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Mark, for tuning in. Thanks, Ed, for tuning in. Thanks, Marcus, for tuning in. Thanks, Jackie, for tuning in. So, hopefully, y'all have wrote this down. Y'all have wrote this down, what class you are in. Now, based on the class that you are in, that goes into our next topics. And the next topic is going to be 4 of the deadly sins, because some people level their way up in the social class, and they do it with 4 means. 4 of the 7 deadly sins. This is one on the phone. So, Dora Radio, this is Carol. How may I help you? Same guy. What I'm gonna do is I'll talk about it later. These individuals that are in, let's take the lower class, working class, and they have a means of leveling up. But you have a certain group in there that uses 4 of the 7 deadly sins to level up.
Mm-hmm.
Lust, you got you have women and men who sleep their way up the ladder. Lust. Thanks for the heart love, everybody. Then you have women and men who get there through greed. Okay. Who get there through greed.
Call from.
I'm going to leave pride out because everybody should be proud of whatever their status is. Don't be ashamed of where your social class or your social status is. Just level up, and I'm going to give you some ideas on how to level up. Next is envy. Some people level up by being envious of others. Okay, thanks, Adam. Thanks, Janita, for tuning in. So those are, we talked about social class, social status. I went through 6 categories, and I told you about social value, and I told you about lust, greed, pride, envy, which is 4 of the 7 deadly sins of how some people level up instead of doing it another way that don't involve any of the 7 deadly sins. You have individuals who is too busy. It's okay to watch other people, because if you're trying to level up, you want to surround yourself with people that are in another class that's higher than yours, or someone that is making more money than you, or someone that can be a mentor, a coach, or a guide that's going to tell you, show you, and not be selfish about how did they make it to this particular social class. How did they make $250,000 a year? How did they make 7 figures? Those are the individuals, and don't be ashamed. If you don't know nobody who fits into that category, if you don't know nobody who fits into that category, you need to surround yourself with those type individuals that bring something to benefit you. Okay, I'm gonna sit it right here. To benefit you. You got something you want to say? You good? You're not good? Well, just be good for a minute, all right? Okay. All right. So when you make a decision, this is what I need y'all to do. Facebook, this is what I want y'all to do. Type in what social class you are in. I gave y'all 6 categories. Type in what social class you are in. Everybody else in audio land, now you could call in 215-909-6070. 6070. Now you can call in. When you call in, this is what I want you to do. Tell me which social class you put yourself in and which social class you want to be in. There's a way to get there without none of the 4 deadly sins: envy, greed, lust, pride. I'm going to say 3. I'm going to leave pride out. So type it in if you're on Facebook. If you are here and you're watching YouTube, you could call in too. And what I want you to do is, when you call in, give me your name so I know who I'm talking to. Tell me where you're calling from. And I want you to tell me what social class you put yourself in and what social class do you want to be in. And I will tell you how to get there. You got something you want to say? No? You all right? Everybody, Mr. C is not all right. Because whoever this person is that keeps calling the station, it's like a recording, all right?
No.
That's a live person?
Mm-hmm.
I just hung up on him.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got time for that. I don't. I'm not going, I can't. I want to give you, you got anything you want to add to what I'm saying here?
No,
Okay, so you good?
no.
Okay, all right. Because we are going to go into the second. Can you give me some time? Time, Mr.
Oh.
C.
It's 5 minutes to 9.
Already?
Mhm.
Okay. So now I'm going to give y'all some numbers. I'm going to give you some numbers. If you are in the upper class, you are 250K and above. And above. The upper middle, 150K to 249K. The middle, 100K to 149K. The working middle, in case y'all don't know what K is, that means 1,000. I'm just saying, some people might not know K means 1,000.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
The working middle class, 99K, and this is per year. 99K to 148K. Anything else below that is considered the working class middle down to the lower. And I already said earlier that $7,000 a year was the poverty level. And you do have people that is struggling that is at $7,000 a year. Some of them are generational. Yes. You good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let me see what we got. Nobody's typing anything. Y'all don't have a social class and social status? Y'all don't know what status y'all in? Hi, Steve. Thank you. I listed 6 social status, social classes. Just type in where you fit in at. And some of you may say, well, Carol, I forgot which class it was. So I'm going to give it to you.
No, you didn't do that. He did not do that.
That just came out.
No, you think? See what happened when something came out of my
Yeah.
mouth? Yeah, look at you.
That just came out. So.
Okay. Just being professional.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
All right.
Here's the 6 categories. Upper class, 1% of the population. These are people that leave money to their younger generation. You have new money. The new money class is people that are referred to the newly rich people that have earned. They work, but they're like the Oprah Winfrey's, the Michael Jordans, the entertainers, the athletes. They in that category. Next category is the middle class. The middle class have professional jobs. They're lawyers, professors, teachers, managers. Middle class. So just keeping track where you fit in at. Then you have the working class. These are tradesmen and tradeswomen. That's a proper way of saying it, right?
Pretty much.
Okay. Tradesmen and tradeswomen, truck drivers and police officers and factory workers. What?
Nothing.
Okay. City employees too. City employees. And then you have the working poor. The working poor are the individuals that are making minimum wage or less than minimum wage. So what I want y'all to do is type Facebook, what class are you in and what class do you want to be in? And you know what? When you think of what class you want to be in, be realistic about it. Be very realistic, because if you pick a class and you're trying to skip 2 classes, how long is it going to take you to get there? If you're at poverty level, how are you going to get to middle class in a year or 2 years or 3 years? Gotta have a blueprint. Gotta have a plan. So be realistic when you pick whatever class you think you in to what class you want to be in. Yes, Mr. C, you raised up on me. Yes.
No.
Is this something you want to say?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. Just go ahead and say it.
No.
Why?
This is nothing I want to say.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Why you raise up on me?
I forgot.
You forgot. All right, we're gonna go to break on that. We're gonna go to break because I see you look like you're steaming over there. You're listening to Let's Talk with Carolyn and Mr. C on Sador Radio. If you have not already shared, please share the radio station by going to www.sadorradio.com or go to your app store on your Android or iPhone and download Live and Direct Marketplace. Once you download that, you want to click on Sador Radio, the station that plays more than music, and we'll be right back. Here we go. I can't. I'm live on YouTube. Business analyst and entrepreneur has kept me around middle class and working class. Thanks, Steve, for participating because everybody else that's watching this Facebook Live, I don't know what it is, but thank you for participating. Okay, now that you're in the middle and working class, what class do you want to be in? You are an entrepreneur, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Steve knows what I'm talking about.
Okay. Hi, Steve.
Mr. C said, hi, Steve.
I ain't say it like that.
What did you say?
Hi, Steve.
Oh, my voice is not going to go that deep.
Okay, well, they just, hi, Steve. Don't say,
Hi, Steve.
My voice is not going to go that deep.
Okay.
It's just not.
Okay.
Hey, y'all. You itching about that phone call.
No, it's just something that they said. I don't even know how you got it.
Really? Like the full? We'll talk off there.
Some other things he said that made me move. That's why I slipped. But some other things he was saying, I don't like.
Steve said, hi, Brother C.
What's up, my brother? What's up? Deuces. Definitely. Some people.
I think maybe, they're trying to set us off tonight. I'm trying to behave.
Yeah, you think?
I'm trying to like watch my mouth.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, not there slip, but it's something.
But stuff like that right there will send me to 100 real quick.
So what happened? I went to 110. I just came out. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, but
I wonder why they didn't do it to me when I answered the phone.
Should have put them on speaker.
But to me, it sounded like a recording.
No, he was on. He was on.
Welcome back, Camille. Welcome back. We on commercial right now. Can you just like, I'm looking at your facial expressions. Can you just come down a little bit?
Musa.
Thank you.
Musa. Moose.
Stupid. No, they didn't. It sounded like a recording.
No.
They didn't.
I
Oh,
thought it was too, and then I got quiet, and he said, and then he was like, "Are you listening to me?" I'm like, "Okay." Like you said, you thought it was a recording. Okay, so I was waiting for it to just come.
I wish they. You know what? Whoever it. You know what? Let me say this. I'm about to cuss.
Go ahead.
Goddamn.
Go for
No, I'm gonna say this.
That's why
When
I'm
I go
being
back
quiet.
on air, when I go back on air, I'm going to say it. When I go back on air, I'm going to freaking say it. Listen up, y'all. I'm about to go in. Yes, it is. Yeah, Camille. I'm about to go in. Steve, my question for you is, you are a business analyst and an entrepreneur. You are in the middle class and working class. But as an entrepreneur, where do you want to be? Just type it in. What class do you want to be, or are you comfortable with where you are at? I got something to say, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all what's been going on in the station tonight that y'all don't know, but I'm about to share it with y'all, and I'm about to go off with it. Because I know whoever this person is, I know they listening, and I'm getting ready to go in. I'm going in hard. I'm about to get ignorant in a minute. Real ignorant. I'm gonna give a person what they want. That's what I'm gonna do. You interrupt my show with this freaking nonsense. I'm gonna give them what they want. I ain't got time. No, just constantly calling.
You still calling?
No.
I guess I work.
What, you said something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tell me when we go off air. Tell me when we go off air exactly what you said. Don't tell me now. Don't tell me now. Because I have an idea of something too, but I'm gonna say this because I saw where the number was calling from.
Where?
Look over there.
This number.
That's the number that came up.
Yeah. But it was a 705 number.
No, that was like the first couple of times.
Okay, yeah. So somebody.
I got this. I got this. Okay, Steve says no limits, but it has to be new money because I definitely don't come from old money. Steve, I understand. Thank you for sticking with me through that and hearing it all the way through. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait. I was trying to be good.
Sometimes people just don't let you do it. Now, what category do they fit in? Okay.
Okay, Steve, you want to move to the 15% of the population, which is the new money generation. Your classes and you being an entrepreneur is going to take you there. And I'm sure you already have did this. I'm sure. Welcome back, everybody. You are listening to Let's Talk with Carolyn and Mr. C on Sador Radio, the station that plays more than music. I'm going to continue with talking to Steve right now, but then I'm going to go in. I'm going to have a freaking real conversation with the asshole that was calling and bugging and interrupting my show. Getting back to Steve. Steve, for you to be in a new money generation, entrepreneurship is key. And I'm sure you have already did this. And that is mapping out a blueprint based on what you're doing as an entrepreneur. And it starts off with how much money, how much money do I want to make per year? Based on the services that you're offering, however much they cost, you're going to divide that particular number by the amount of money that you want to make per year. Once you do that, then you have to divide that number by the amount of, why are you looking at me like that?
No, just like
Okay. You have to divide that number by the number of that number you want to make, how many people you're going to service per day based on the services that you offer in your business, not in your job, in your business. Once you have it narrowed down to how many people you need to service per day to make that new money that you want to make, now you have to go out and do it. One way to do it is start attending networking events. Surround yourself in networking events and market yourself. Everywhere you go, you want to market yourself. I'm sure you have access to social medias. There is 3 social media platforms that mostly everybody uses. I want you to connect with me so you can get all 10 platforms that you can use for marketing and advertising purposes. So let me switch back. Okay. So that would be your start to become new money. Let me know if that helps you, Steve. Camille says, me too, but know why I got to start on a slow and middle class to new money entrepreneurship. Camille, I know what your situation is. The conversation we had earlier, that's your guide. That product that we talked about earlier, that's your product. Because you can get to new money with that particular product in 7 months. You can do that in 7 months. But I'm gonna call you later on tonight and we're gonna finish that conversation. Cool. Thanks for the heart love. Now I want to get to, and if anybody else care to share, you're welcome, Steve. You're welcome. No problem. You're welcome. That's why I'm here. If anybody else care to share what social class or status that they're in and they're okay with sharing it, share it. But also tell me what class you want to be in. You're welcome, Camille. Thanks for the heart love. Let me know what class you are willing to be in so I can give you the information you need to make the shift. Let's talk about shifting. Anytime you go from one class to another, and hopefully it's leveling up and not leveling down. If you find yourself leveling down, you're doing something wrong. It's something wrong with your blueprint. You got to go back to the table and start all over again. Because once you do your blueprint, you should not be going down unless you are not applying the principles of money. Money, main income category is how you want to level up. Okay? Paradigm shift. Your paradigm shift is going to take mental first. You have to have it set in your mind that you are going to change your financial status. You are going to change your social status. It starts with a mental paradigm shift. Once you have your mental paradigm shift in place, then you can put your plan into action. And you should have a 6-month and a yearly plan. You should be looking at it on a daily basis. In order for you to be consistent, in order for you to stick with it, you gotta write it down. I don't know how many people I talk to and they say, oh, Carol, it's in my head. I got it in a pen. It's in there. I'm gonna say this to you. If you don't have it on paper, it don't exist. If you don't have your goals written down or where you are and where you want to go on paper, it don't exist. You got it up here. That's great. That's awesome. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you don't pull it out and put it on some freaking paper, it don't exist. You gotta write it down. Camille says people are scared to come out on a limb, especially if they haven't learned how to become an entrepreneur. Camille, you're right. I'm gonna address that in a few minutes. Steve says, yes, that's right. That's the shift right there. Yes, it is, Steve. It starts with the mental paradigm shift. Camille, I agree with you. A lot of people are afraid to step the frick out on faith, on belief, on determination. They're scared. I get it. But guess what? If you don't take the risk, how do you know you're not going to succeed? And that's the key. People are afraid to take the risk. Oh, I'm scared to do it. You have a fear, F-E-A-R, false evidence appearing real. That's what that is. Get over your fears. But it starts, don't be like, I want to do this, but I got this holding me back. If you really want to do it so bad that you can taste it, do the damn thing. Don't be afraid. And if you got to be afraid, do it afraid. Do it scared shitless. But just do it. Take that first step. There's nothing wrong with taking the first step. Camille says classes are needed taught on getting away from salary and working for other people. And Camille, you know what? I teach those classes. I teach the classes in person and I teach them online. But guess what? You have people who don't even want to invest in themselves. So how can they move from one place to another if they are afraid to invest in their own self? How? They're going to be, I wish I could have, should have, but I didn't. So I'm still sitting in the same place that I was in 6 months ago. I'm still sitting in the same place I was in last year. I'm still sitting in the place that I was in 2 years ago. Now 5, 6, 7 years has passed and you're still at the same place. You have a lot of people that are like that. People who have jobs. This is what I got to say to y'all. Nothing wrong with a job. Been there, done that. It's okay. Sad. Camille says sad because they are brainwashed. In a sense, they are to believe. Back in the old days was this: get a job, go to school, get a job, get married, get a house with a freaking picket fence with a damn dog. No, really. Why are you laughing? That's the truth.
That's the way you put that.
That's the truth. That's the old way. But because of today's time, information time, technology time, the old way don't work no more. Having a 9 to 5 is not going to cut it. Working 3 and 4 jobs is not going to cut it. I know. In today's time, you're going to need this. If you have a job, good. I'm going to say this. Don't go out and get a part-time job. For what? You can start a business and make the same amount of money or more money in your part-time business as an entrepreneur than you would with a second and third job. You have a 9 to 5, and then you got the 4-hour job over here. Then you got another 4-hour job over here. You're in that rat race. The rat that is turning the freaking wheel, and he going like this. And the more he goes around this wheel, the faster that rat goes. Guess what? That's called the 9 to 5 rat race. And the only way you can get out of the 9 to 5 rat race is entrepreneurship. I don't know no other way to put it, but entrepreneurship is key. I'm gonna tell y'all about a president that I don't think nobody really liked. Well, some people did, but a lot of people didn't like President Bush Jr., that is, for a lot of reasons. But I'm gonna tell you something that President Bush did. It was some individuals, average, everyday people like me and you. I'm gonna get to that, Camille. Average, everyday people like me and you. What he did was he took the time out of his little busy schedule, and it was a couple, 2 couples, and 1 individual. He took these individuals and followed them from the time they started a business all the way up to success. Okay? He didn't have to do that. He literally followed their trail on success, on progress with any business they wanted to start. When they made it, he highlighted them. Even though I didn't like him for sending my little black ass to war, but one thing I understood about that man was this. When he said on national TV, everybody should have a business in today's economy. That's what the man said. Boom, I got it. I was already there. Got it. You was there, Mr. C. Hello?
I'm amazed.
You used to own your own home improvement company.
Mm-hmm.
You was there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But you have some people that are still asleep. They still sleep. And these same people that is still asleep are the very same ones that are bitching about their goddamn job.
You care.
They are.
Wow.
My thing is this: if you're going to bitch about your job and you're not making the money that you want to make, change it. You have the power to change it. And people don't. They don't. I had a massage therapist call me crying. Miss Carol. I said, what's the matter? I got fired today. I'm like, what you get fired for? And she told me why she got fired. I said, so why are you crying again? And she said, the manager fired me today. And I'm like, and? You are in a position where you don't have to work for nobody, because we're in one of the few occupations where the government has not came down on us and said, you can only charge X amount of dollars for your services. How many industries do y'all know where, based on the profession, they could charge whatever they want for their services? I'm gonna give you some examples. CPAs, certified public accountants, they charge what the hell they want. Government ain't shut down on them saying, oh, you can only charge $20 an hour. Government ain't do that. Lawyers, to talk to some lawyers, you gotta have $700 from the door just to talk to a lawyer for an hour. $700 for a 1 hour consultation. So when this young lady was boo-hooing, I said, stop crying. Don't cry. One, you are a licensed professional. You have some options. You can continue to go back and work for somebody else, or you can start your own business as a licensed professional. Not too many licensed professionals in the licensed professional category where you can go and start your business. Some licensed professionals, no matter what you license in, you got to go work for somebody else. She don't. I said, stop crying, stop complaining, stop freaking bitching, and put your big girl panties on. This is what I told her. Put your big girl panties on and get ink, pen, and paper. How much money you want to make? How much is your bills? And when I got done with her, she stopped crying because I gave her another way of thinking. Even though she's afraid to do it. Like, you can still be afraid, but do it afraid. Do it scared shitless. At least you just freaking do it and get it done. Once she do that and she realized, oh, this is hard work, but I made it, I can do it. You want to take little successes one step at a time. Just one step at a time. So this is what I'm saying, people. For this particular massage therapist to be, and I understand, nobody wants to be fired from their job. Everybody needs their job and needs to make money. But when you are in a profession, a career where you can dictate how much money you want to make, damn it, people, wake up. You put yourself in that position, the opportunity is there, work with it. Just work with it and make it happen. This is what I'm talking about, changing your social status, changing your social class. Hey, you can't change your social status and you cannot change your social class without money. But it's things that you got to do to shift your money, starting with your mental paradigm shift. It starts there. And for those of you that have 9-to-5s and you have no freaking idea, well, I don't know what kind of business I want to start. I'm going to say this to you people. If you have a skill, if you have a talent, you can start your own business. If you don't know how, then you need to call me so I can tell you how to start your own business. I can give you the blueprint, but you got to show up for class. You have to show up for class because Camille mentioned classes are needed taught on getting away from a salary and working for other people. And that's true, Camille, because I'm going to say this. Salary equals wages, but profits supersede wages and a salary all day long, 24/7. Because somewhere in the country, money is flipped 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it's flipped that way because of the time zones. So even if it's late at night here in the United States, somewhere in the world, it's the AM. It's the AM. It's midday. So you can make, depending on what it is you're doing, you can make money 24/7 in your freaking sleep. Cha-ching. Why are you looking at me like that?
Hey, you teaching. You have a class. No, I forgot the
No.
radio show. You have a class.
No, but it's all about social status and social class. Okay, people are here in one social class, and you have people that are dreamers. And there's nothing wrong with dreaming. But if you don't do nothing on your dream, guess what? That social class that they're in, they're going to be stuck there. They're not going to move to a social class or status where they would like to be. People still sleep. Somebody got to wake them up. Why not me? There's me and 1,000 other entrepreneurs out there that do what I do to wake people up, and people are still asleep, not wake. Not wrong with JOB, but why not have what they call a side hustle, a business? Now I'm gonna say this for you people that claim, oh, I got a business. If you're not working your business 24/7, because that's what true entrepreneurs do, they focus, they work their business literally 24/7 all day long. If you're not doing that with your business, guess what? You're gonna make freaking hobby money because you treat your business like a hobby. There's a difference. I have a hobby. I have a business. I have a side hustle. But when you don't give 24/7 to something that you could be working for yourself, you are going to make hobby money. And your social status won't change. It will not. Until you have that mental paradigm shift to be committed to yourself. And I'm gonna say this: if you can give your job, this is what woke me up many years ago. If you can give your job, hold on, Steve. If you can give 100% of your job, you're going to work for your employer. Your employer every week, every 2 weeks, or once a month gives you a paycheck that you earned. What did you have to do to make that paycheck? One, you had to punch a clock. You had to be told when you could go to break, when you could go to lunch, when your ass can go home for the night. That's a job. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. But if you can do that for your job, why can't you do that for yourself? The same 100% that you give to your job, in a part-time business, you can give that to yourself. If you are, most of y'all may be this. I've been on my job for 25, 30 years. Some of y'all may be in that category. That's great. You're waiting to retire. God bless you. You're waiting to retire because you got investment time in with your job. That don't mean while you are waiting to retire from your job that you can't have a side business. So that way, when you do retire, you got a little nest egg over here. Some of y'all not thinking like that. Steve says we have to have direction. We can't just drift. It takes work. Yes, it does take a lot of work. But Steve, that goes back to what I'm saying. I'm gonna say this. I gotta give Steve a shout out. Hold on, Steve. I'm gonna give you a shout out. I gotta find something first before I open my mouth, and I don't want to get it wrong. Hold on. I gotta give him. Mr. C, you know what I'm looking for, right?
What's up?
The schedule of everybody.
Oh, for the show.
Yeah, I want to give Steve a shot. Oh, here you go. Hold on. Wait, y'all. Let me tell you about Steve and his radio show partner. I gotta find them first. Tracy and Steve. Okay, listen up, everybody. You see this man on here? Steve Savoy. Him and his radio host every second and fourth Wednesday. Is this right? No, their show's on Thursday. Hold on, y'all. Monday, Tuesday. Where's Thursday? Hold on, y'all. Thursday. I don't see it. Give me a minute. How come I don't see this? Steve, can you do me a favor? Can you type in when you and Tracy, I didn't see it. When you and Tracy give your financial classes on Forex trading, can you do that for me, please? Do you see it? It's on Thursday.
Yeah, they said
Let me see.
it's every second and fourth Wednesday.
No, it's on Thursday.
Tracy and Steve.
Yeah, but they have two shows. That Forex show is on Thursday. I'm hoping that he type it in. Steve, they do need direction, and no, they cannot drift. And yes, it does take work. Listen up, people. I'm not saying being an entrepreneur is easy. It's not. If it was easy, everybody would freaking do it. So it's not that easy. But the same way you give commitment to working for somebody else, give yourself the same commitment of working for yourself that you gave to working for your employer. Because guess what? You can be on a job for 20, 30 years, and after 20, 30 years, maybe 40, what you're going to get at the end of 20, 40 years? You're going to get a gold watch. You're going to get 40% of your retirement income and a retirement party. That's what you're going to get at retirement. Gold watch, 40% of your income, and they're going to give you a retirement party. That's it. Steve.
No, that's only Wednesdays.
No, he told me.
Oh.
Okay, Steve says, well, y'all see it. I'm gonna tell y'all on the radio what it says. It says the first and third Thursday, but they have meetups all the time. Is there a Steve? Can you type in a number where they could call and get information? I did attend 2 of their classes, but their class is the same night as the Women's Closet TV show. But I would love, yeah. But now I know that they have meetups all the time. I just have to find out if it's on a Wednesday or a Friday. If it's on a Tuesday and Friday, I could go back to those classes because the classes is good. Camille says sometimes we need to be our own cheering section with our own business. Okay, thank you. So if you're interested in learning how to trade in foreign exchange, reach out to Steve. His number is 267-209-6126. I'm going to say this again. Him and his co-host, Miss Tracy McLaurin and Steve, they have classes that is teaching you how to do foreign exchange trading. His number is 267-209-6126. And I'm going to say this, their classes they offer this class for free. People pay thousands of dollars to learn the information that Steve and Tracy is teaching. When I went to Steve and Tracy class, I went twice, and I had to explain, thank you, Steve, you're welcome. And I had to explain to Tracy that, on Thursday nights, I have the Women's Closet TV show, and I'm just waiting for them to have another night. But since Steve mentioned that they have meetups all the time, I'll find out where those meetups is and start going and attend one of those meetups. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna drag you with me, Mr. C.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you may learn something.
Really?
You will.
Mm.
It's all about trading money.
It all depends on what day it is, too.
Can you go on a Tuesday?
I don't know.
Can you go on a Friday?
You.
Okay. I have to talk to Steve and Tracy and see if they can.
Or Saturday.
Or Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
We can't do Saturdays.
Why?
Because we just can't.
Oh, okay.
We can't do Saturday.
Sunday.
Yeah. It depends on their schedule. We'll check into it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was really looking for it on here. Did you see it?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see it.
I seen it Wednesday. I ain't see it on Thursday. I ain't seen nothing about Thursday.
No, but I know theirs is on. But they said they have meetings all the time, so we'll make it work. So what I'm saying, lovely people, is if you want to change where you are, and only you know where you are, pick a level up, and whatever level you pick, just be realistic about it. Steve says, thanks, Carolyn. I think it's time to start teaching drum lessons again. It's a great side hustle. I don't know why I ever stopped. Steve, no, you shouldn't have never stopped, and you're a hell of a drummer. Steve is one of my colleagues that I was teaching with at National Massage Therapy Institute. And this man plays the drums. He plays. Yes, it's a side hustle, Steve, but you're a hell of a drummer and you're good at what you do. So I would suggest that you get some, what do you call it? What do the entertainers call it? Help me out. Oh man, it's a name for this. Who's turning the door? Who's trying to get in? Who is it? Oh, that's my niece. Let down. You can let her in. Hey, and Steve, don't never stop. What I wanted to say was, because you are such an awesome drummer, and I know you're probably doing this anyway, get into some contracts where you can go and play and get paid for playing. You got something you want to say, Mr. C?
No.
Okay, Mr. C, meet my baby, Tanea. Tanea, Mr. C. Camille says, hi, Steve. So I want to take the time out to talk about real briefly. Actually, I want to talk about two things before I give y'all next week's show. To the person, I'm getting ready to go raw for a minute. To the freaking person that kept, what was that, 704, 705?
705 something.
That kept calling the station from a 705 or 704 number. Then what you did, I don't know how you did it, but I do know this. When the phone just kept repeatedly calling, and you made it seem as though it was calling directly from the station, I don't know how you did it, but I'm gonna say this. Don't be fucking interrupting my show with your bullshit. And then when you call here cursing and saying a whole lot of stuff. Stay the fuck out my show. Stay the fuck off the goddamn phone. Just don't goddamn it call. Period. Don't call us with this bullshit because I ain't trying to deal with it. And you taking and wasting up my time every time that freaking phone rings. Don't do that. Don't ever do it again on my show, because if I answer the phone, I'm gonna cuss you the fuck out and just go click. I'm not gonna give you the time that Mr. C gave you. He was nice. I'm not being that motherfucking nice. Don't call his phone. Don't call his phone interrupting nobody's show like that. Nobody. Find something else to do other than call in on this radio show and then make it seem like the number is being dialed right in the station. I don't know how the fuck you did it. I think it's pretty clever, but you're an asshole. Now getting back to my next side.
And on that topic, what's wrong with you? You smoking? I mean, you lonely? You had to call here like that? I mean, this is a talk show. You wanted to talk? All you had to do was talk. You didn't have to do all that. And I hope you have a pleasant evening, because you are sick.
Moving on. Last week, I talked about mental illness. And it was one mental illness that I focused on. Actually, two. And one is a precursor to another. I'm gonna say this about, and the reason why I'm gonna bring this up is because it don't only affect elderly. And what I'm talking about is dementia and Alzheimer's. Dementia and Alzheimer's is a type of mental diseases. I think last week I gave out like 15 of them, but focus on dementia and Alzheimer's. Dementia is the precursor to Alzheimer's. And most people think, oh, it just affects the elderly people. No, it don't. It affects the young as well, depending on what a person is doing and how they living in their ADLs, which is activities of daily living, and their social environment. People who drink a lot. I'm talking about people who are literally classified with the illness as an alcoholic. Being an alcoholic is an illness. It really is. It is also a disease. It takes treatment to stop drinking. It takes determination to want to stop drinking, because this is what happens. Let me move this. You have this. Dementia affects your cognitive. Dementia affects your thinking, people. I had to go back.
You think?
Yeah. Dementia affects your brain. And you have a lot of people who drink. And if y'all don't believe that a lot of people drink, go to the freaking wine and spirit store. Look at what they're buying.
Go to the bar.
Go to the bar. Look who's in there.
Go to the club.
Go to the clubs. Look what they drinking. Who the hell wants to drink Ciroc?
Go in their house.
Yeah, that too. But anyway, this is what happens. For people who get diagnosed with dementia from alcohol, this is what happens. And the reason why I'm focusing on this is because there's a lot of people who drink alcoholic beverages and you don't realize you're killing your brain cells. Your brain cells do not regenerate. You have certain cells in your body that regenerate rapidly all the time, especially when you sleep. But certain other cells, they don't get the opportunity to regenerate, period. Your brain cells do not regenerate. If you lose them, they're gone. So For people who are drinking for decades.
It's not just alcohol.
No, but I'm focusing on alcohol. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
No,
No. You said it's not just alcohol.
No, because I mean, a lot of people can get it from smoking weed too.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I focus on alcohol for a reason.
And the reason is?
The reason why I focus on alcohol, true, you do have a lot of people that smoke weed, but let me tell you something. And no, let me ask you something. How many people do you know that got dementia and Alzheimer's from smoking weed? And it's documented, hold on, and it's documented that they got dementia or Alzheimer's from smoking weed. Who? Is it documented?
I have to do my study, I found out.
Well, when you get done your little research study, you let me know.
I sure will.
But I do know alcohol is a #1 major contributor for people who have dementia. Dementia, like I said, is the precursor to Alzheimer's. And this is what happens. Over the course of decades, plaque builds up. It's called amylase plaque. Builds up on the brain. Remember, you have nerve endings all throughout your body. You have neurotransmitters, nerve synapses all throughout your brain to help you think, cognitive reason, thought for food and all that kind of stuff. But when you have amylase beta plaque that's built up on the brain on top of the nerves, it causes confusion. Precursor to Alzheimer's, dementia. Got you. Precursor to Alzheimer's, dementia. It causes confusion up here. And these people that suffers and been diagnosed with this have to go through testing, as I said, and slowly but surely, they forget memory. They lose memory up here. Once it goes into full-blown Alzheimer's, they may forget their family members. They may not know who their family members are. And that's because of the amylase plaque. And if y'all remember, I did tell y'all about a holistic remedy that has the ability to cross the blood-brain barrier. Now, what the hell does that mean, Carol? What that means is frankincense pure, 100%. Frankincense essential oil has the ability to cross the blood-brain barrier, which means in the back of your head, you have your brainstem down with your final terminality. And if the essential oil is applied, depending on the stage of dementia, Alzheimer's, I don't think so, but early stages of dementia, apply the frankincense to the back of the brainstem, and what that does is that essential oil based at the molecular level crosses the blood-brain barrier to help reduce and slow down the progression of dementia, people. This is why I'm focused and just reiterating from last week, because I was asked a question about dementia and Alzheimer's. So I'm just reiterating specifically dementia and Alzheimer's because of a question I was asked about last week's show. And I told a person that I would go into a little bit more detail tonight. So that's why I did that. So we have 9 minutes. You have anything you want to say about anything I covered?
No.
Oh, you awful quiet tonight.
I got ticked off.
Oh, you really quiet. You really got irritated. But just woosah. Don't let that bother you. Who is this? Hi, Rasheen. I will tell him, no. Thank you. Rasheen says, take things easy. Have a nice show tonight. I'm only saying hi now. Good night. He said good night. Camille says she wants $1 billion business. We're going to talk about that, but that's going to take some time.
I'll be your driver.
You're gonna be the driver?
Yes.
Like driver Miss Daisy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Camille is she's working on the $1 billion business. And you want to come to where, Camille? Oh, to Steve's class. I'll find out what day he has that class or those meetups, and I'll let you know what days they are. Camille says she wants to go. Okay, that's fine. So to sum up tonight, everybody, for whatever social class that you're in, take the time out to say, am I comfortable with financially where I'm at? Is there things in life that I would like to have that I don't have or that I can't afford? What kind of house do I really want to live in? What kind of car do I really want to drive? All that plays a part. Do I like to travel? Can I travel all year round and not never be home? There is, well, I only know one person that does that. I know one person that literally travels, and she is not a travel agent. But because of her social status, she can afford to just go on cruises all year. Only know one person like that, just one. Whatever, wherever you are, and you want to change it, you have to have the right mindset to change where you are to where you want to get to. Once you have the right mindset to do that, you have to have a plan. You have to have a blueprint. Anything that you got up here, you want to put it on paper. If it's not on paper, it doesn't exist. And the thing about it is, if it's not on paper, you're not going to remember to stay focused on it because you got too many other things going on in life. You just do. Change your mental shift. Mental paradigm shift is where it starts. The second part is stop being afraid. What you got to lose? If you're going to do it and you're scared, do it anyway. You have everything to gain. Be realistic in your goals. Don't come up with some unrealistic shit because if you call me and you say, well, Carol, these are my goals, and if it looks unrealistic, it sounds unrealistic, I'm going to tell you start all over. It's just that simple. I will tell you, go back to the drawing board and start all over. And you come up with a realistic goal that you can accomplish within a year, 3 years, 5 years. That's it. 1, 3, and 5. That's it. Not 10, not 20, 1, 3, 5. That's it. And that's your start. If you are one of those people, I think that Camille mentioned, or Steve mentioned, I think it was Camille that mentioned attending the classes. If you fit into that category where you need to attend a class, don't be so cheap that you don't want to invest in yourself and you end up, if I should have, could have, wanted, but I didn't. Get out of that category. If you're satisfied with where you're at and you don't want to change your social class because you're in comfort land, then stay where you at. Don't bitch. Don't complain. Stop bitching about your goddamn job. Because you ain't trying to do shit to change it. What's the matter? I'm keeping it real.
Yeah, but I'm really? Okay.
Yeah, it's people that talk to me like that.
Yeah,
And I know if it's people that's talking to me like that, I know there's people that's in audio land, in YouTube land, and in Facebook land that fit that category.
You really going on there tonight, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah.
It is what it, like, people need to hear this.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's what I wanted to share. Now, why is she doing this? Why do people do that?
I think she messing with
Yeah,
you.
that's not cool. Like, don't do that. All right, there everybody go. Like every time my phone rings, y'all get cut off. So I want to say thank you to, don't go nowhere yet. Thank you to Rasheen, Camille, Steve, thank you. Ricardo, thank you for tuning in. Emmanuel, thank you for tuning in. Camille and Steve, thank you for participating. James, thank you for tuning in. Janita, thank you for tuning in. Adam, thank you for tuning in. Shakia, thank you for tuning in and participating. Isaiah, thank you for tuning in. Isaiah says, why truck driver? Isaiah, because it's on the list. Ava, thank you for tuning in. Mark, Mr. CEO, thank you for tuning in. Marcus, thank you for tuning in. Eric, thank you for tuning in. Jackie, thank you for tuning in. Philma, thank you for tuning in. Ronald, thank you for tuning in. Emika, thank you for tuning in. Ariel, thank you for tuning in. Calvin, thank you for tuning in. Norman Blake, thank you for tuning in. Marlo, thank you for tuning in. Ed, thank you for tuning in. Joe, thank you for tuning in. Everybody that has tuned into my live stream on Facebook, on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching the replay on YouTube. And everybody that participated in Facebook and offered their comments, thank you for doing that. Audio Land, thank you also for tuning in. Tune in every Monday. You're listening to Carolyn with Let's Talk with Carolyn and Mr. C every Monday from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tune in next week. Next week's topic is homeless. So make sure that you tune in for that, because I will be discussing the homeless and homeless situations, how people become homeless, and what is being done around the cities as far as the homeless is concerned. Take care, everybody. Stay blessed up, and thank you. Thank you, everybody here in YouTube land. If you catch this on a replay, just put in the comments, replay. Thank you, everybody. Hold on. Just wait one.